Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. I'm here in California, Los Angeles, Redondo Beach, with my good friend and neighbor. I'm sure you're all familiar with Domingo. I've asked Domingo to come and sit with me today. It's been a while since I've seen him. I've missed him, and he is here right now. It's a beautiful 70 degrees here in Redondo Beach, California, and I hope everybody enjoyed the Porsche dealership from Austin, Texas. I'm sorry about the length of that first Porsche dealership video, but it took me that long just to cover that whole building and all its contents. So the people who like long videos, well, you got your wish, and the people who do not like long presentations, I want to apologize for that. I'm back in my private residence here, and I'm happy to be here. And I told you I was going to show you the gift bag from the Porsche dealership in Austin, Texas, and I will do that shortly. I have the gift bag, and I will go over the contents of the gift bag with you today. What else? So let me just cover some interesting items that jumped out at me today in history. The August 28th, 2021 is today's date, and some of these items happened in history on this date, August 28th. I'm using the ×1. I hope this is a good one. There's 3 settings: wide lens, and then this is the middle setting is this one, and then of course there's a closer one. And tell me what you think, if you like this better than the wide one. I guess the wide is kind of too far away. Here, this view here, the middle one, 1x, maybe you'll be able to see the images better and see what's going on here. The first item is 1946, a movie called The Killers. This is a black and white film, and it premiered Burt Lancaster in this movie with Ava Gardner. And this type of movie is called a Nora classic. These are black and white films, and if you're into black and white photography, you've got to watch these old Nora films. Noir. They're just unbelievable. The shading and the shadows, they did the best they could with the technology that they had at the time. The way when one of the actresses speaks, the light is put right on their eyes, and it's just fascinating. They did the best they could with the technology they had, and these are very, very eclectic, very, very good films. And this launched Burt Lancaster. If you don't know anything about Burt Lancaster, Google him, and of course Ava Gardner, who was a beautiful actress, very talented, and was in, both of them were in quite a number of films. And so this was 1946. It would be about 5 years later before color television would appear in homes across America, and it would be the standard platform, color. The first color TV program was in June 25th of 1951, so about 5 years later from this film. And most people in America did not see the first color program, because most people in America had black and white television sets. Only the rich and famous, or the wealthy, or maybe the owner of the department store who sold color televisions, were able to afford or have access to color televisions. So, but this film, I can't rave about it much. It's a classic. Anytime you see classic behind a film, it's one you don't want to miss, no matter what time in history that it was produced. If you like movies, it's important that you like movies. And what's important about these movies is the way they spoke, and the dialogue and the language they used, as opposed to the language and dialogue that they're allowed or permitted to use today, and the images. So you can see the transformation from a different part of history in America, in Hollywood, in movie, motion picture production, into what we have today. It's just fascinating what they say, how they say it, what they do, what's understood, what's implied, what's not implied, what's not said but implied. It's just fascinating. So I'm going to recommend this one today. It's called The Killers. It's a black and white film, and they call these, I'm fortunate enough to get my streaming services off the antenna for no charge and for free. And there's a channel called This Channel and the Movie Channel. And they have a special night of the week where they play all these I'm saying this wrong, please, just forgive me, movies. And these are black and white thriller movies, police movies, good guys, bad guys movies, relationship movies, and murder mysteries, and all sorts of gangster type movies. And they're just exciting as all heck. So I hope you take the time, if you have the time, to stream these movies on whatever service you have. I'm sure you can find it, and I'll mention it again in the recap. I hope I didn't babble on too long about that. 1963, today on this day in history, in 1963 was the 200,000 person march in Washington, D.C. This was the march that the famous I Have a Dream speech was said by Martin Luther King. And this march was for better access to voting rights for African Americans in America, sort of like what we're replaying today in 2021. Everybody just wants a fair shake, and sometimes it's not a fair shake. So today in 1963, this was this famous Martin Luther King march. And incidentally, they're having one again today in Washington for the same reasons and the same grievances. In 1968 was the Democratic National Convention in Chicago. Michigan Street was a mess. The police got out of hand, perhaps. The protesters maybe have gotten out of hand. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus. It was a turbulent time in American history. The Vietnam War was raging, and the protests were all over, coast to coast. Everybody was involved. It was a national thing. It was a big deal. And the result, a lot of people got their heads smashed, and the mayor of Chicago at the time was a gentleman named Mayor Daley, and he was no fan of a protester, much like President Nixon, and it didn't end well. It got dicey, it got ugly, and I'll leave it at that. But that happened in 1968 on today's date, August 28th, and as a result, protesting in America. The American government never wanted this to happen again. This was like any other governments all over the world. They all have the same thing in common. They have power. They've been elected to power, and they want to retain that power any way they can. And a protest of any size is a challenge to their authority and their hold on power. So today in America, if you want to protest, you need a permit. You actually have to have a permit. You just can't fill the streets with people without permission first. And they also have protest areas. If a function is going on at A, the protest will be at B location. Further away from what you're protesting, it'll be a penned off area most of the time, and you'll be permitted to protest in a very, very designated, limited area. Protesting is the same throughout the world. America, of course, is the most lenient on protesters, but all governments have the same feeling about protesters. As you can see, Muminar. As soon as I start filming and I start putting this camera on, I just stop being able to speak. Anyway, and what they try to do is they try to kill a few people successfully, and that'll keep a lot of people from getting involved in a protest when they hear that someone has been shot to death by government troops, government police, or government security apparatus. This is going on in South America. This is going on in Southeast Asia. Of course, China is very strict on their citizens. So all the governments, no matter what language they speak or where they're from, they all have the same goal to keep people from challenging their authority And one of the things that they detest the most is an organized group of protesters. And America has done a great job of dividing the nation, divide and conquer. The government would rather deal with different groups, smaller groups, as opposed to the Vietnam era protest where the whole nation coalesced around a common goal. That is a nightmare scenario, and that's what forced President Nixon's hand, although he dragged his feet quite a lot, to end the Vietnam conflict in Southeast Asia. So they're doing a great job here in America, in my opinion, of dividing and conquering. Dividing and conquering, and that's all I'll say about that. So let's get to the gift bag. I'm sure everybody is going to be very, very excited. I know I was. This is the gift bag from the Porsche dealership in Austin, Texas. Nick's father, who owns the Porsche dealership, 7 floors, 6 floors. You saw it, you experienced it, you heard it, you saw the images. I think you were as excited. A lot of Porsche fans out there. Even if you don't own a Porsche, you can identify with the technology and the sportsmanship and the look of a Porsche. There are some Porsche jokes out there that I won't go into. I heard one today on the phone. And what's the difference between a porcupine and a Porsche? You can figure it out. And here it is, the gift bag that I received. Isn't that nice? It's got the Porsche logo. It's got nice handhelds. I like a gift bag that you can hold like a shopping bag or a piece of luggage. Some gift bags that they don't have these handhelds. So personally I like a gift bag that you can hold like this. So I got my gift bag. I was afraid to run out. There was a big crowd there. You saw it. So I put mine in a satellite location and picked it up later because I didn't want to carry it around. So let's just get started. The Art of Racing, a beautiful magazine. No doubt colorful. I failed to mention that the 787 luxury liner from Boeing was designed by Porsche. The cockpit. And it's just a beautiful publication. A lot of magazines. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pictures of Porsches. And this is Cristo Fonorus. I guess this is a European magazine. Yeah, this must be from Europe. Well, the advertisement's in English. There it is. This is what I'm really fascinated about. And there's the dealership. There's the dealership. That was the dealership that I went to in Austin. And this is a calendar. This is a Porsche 2022 calendar. This is going to be, I don't know, I can't live without a calendar. And 2022 is fast approaching, and it's just an iconic. There's a picture of the Porsche dealership at night. Oh, this is what I mentioned. I failed to mention this in the Porsche. I was in Manhattan Beach working one day, and the guy had his bicycle on top of his car, and he forgot he had his bicycle on top of his car, and he pulled into his garage in this apartment or residence, and just blew the bicycle right off the top of the roof. Just destroyed it. I bet it was, all the bicycles are expensive today. And that's a Porsche bicycle on top. $10,000 for the high-end electric, and I think it was $8,700 for the other Porsche bicycle. I couldn't believe it. I just happened to be there when it happened, and he pulled right in. I saw the bike. I couldn't yell quick enough, and just bam, that bike just came flying off, disintegrated off the top of the gentleman's car. Unbelievable. I'll just see if there's any. There's another white one. You got to keep it clean. You're gonna get a white Porsche. You better have a garage, a lot of Windex, and one of those monthly certificates to a car wash, perhaps. Here's a daytime shot of the dealership, and holy cow, the floor, September. Here's a drone view, and thank you. Somebody gave me something on the social media. They zoomed in and took a photograph of my truck in the parking lot. I got a big kick out of that, so thank you for that. A calendar. Porsche Austin High-Tech Motor Cars, 9800 Research Boulevard. Even if if you're in Austin or around Austin and you really don't, it's just a dealership to go anyway. Austin, Texas, 78759. So that's a calendar. I'm going to enjoy that. And then another magazine. This one is called Paranara View. Paranara View. People who just get on this channel probably get off it real quick because they think that the person doesn't know how to speak, and they wouldn't be so far from the truth. Just a beautiful publication. A lot of Porsches, the old ones. And this is the one that we saw. Remember the red one we saw upstairs that was discontinued? These used to be very popular. This one here, and then all of a sudden they disappeared. They just disappeared. It fell out of favor. People weren't purchasing them. And you see them in old movies in the 70s. Team effort. This is a 944 back to life. So somebody recreated it, restored it, and this is what this article is about. But wow, they find old Porsches and they restore them. So just beautiful magazines. I'll go through these, no doubt. So 2 magazines and a nice calendar with images of the dealership. So I was excited about that. This is a nice gift bag. Look at this. Maybe I'll give this to Domingo. Porsche. I don't think Domingo is on social media. I went to this place on Thursday and took a tour. It was a grand opening in Austin, Texas. This Porsche dealership, 6 or 7 floors. And I did a video presentation of the whole thing. And it was crowded with people and beautiful women. And it was just a sight to behold. Anyway, here it is. This says Porsche Austin High-Tech Motor Cars, 8/26/21. That was the day, Thursday the 26th. Grand opening celebration on the back and Porsche on the front. So this is going to be very nice. And I can adjust it in the back. I like a hat that you can adjust. And for hot weather, it's good to have an open back too. Some of the hats are closed in the back. All right, let's move on. Wow, look at this. This is this is like the top of the line. Yeti. Finally, I said a word correctly. This is Yeti. This is the Yeti company, and they make beverage containers for either hot or cold beverages, and this is the top of the line. And this says Porsche Austin Grand Opening Celebration, August 26, 2021. And this is from Yeti. Very nice. I think in some of my presentations in Austin, when I do my walk and talk, I showed you the Yeti facility on Southwest Parkway in Austin, and so this is a sippable bottom with a latch to close the top, and then you can take the top off like so. It's got a rubber gasket. Look at that rubber gasket. Can you believe it? Nothing is going to get out of there. And the top slides like so. See that? So then you can just sip it like this, and it's chrome inside. Look at the chrome inside. Look at that, nice. It's top of the line. This is, I like the bottom too. I have the 1991 pickup, so I like the big gulps at 7-Eleven. They're big up top, huge, but they taper the bottom so that it fits in older vehicles' cup holders. I must get another one that hangs on the door, because sometimes I'll have the GPS in the cup holder, and if I have a drink, you know, my life is over. So I have to get one of those things that hang on the door side, you know, those little hooks. But this is a fabulous gift. This is and it comes, I think, is this a sticker? Yes, a Yeti sticker. Stickers are very popular today. When I was coming off the airplane yesterday, people were putting stickers down the escalator, that metal, that pot. I wish I had one of my stickers. I would have stuck it right on there. And care and use booklet on how to care and use of your Yeti product. And register your Yeti. Stay up to date on what's new from Yeti and receive a thank you gift when you complete the registration process. Over for details. Wow. So I'll take the time to make the time to fill out this registration process, and maybe they'll send me something very nice in the mail. I can only hope. It's a very, very successful company, and this is a very, very nice gift basket edition, I would say. Yeti, Porsche. Isn't that nice? Yeah, you can put it over here. So I don't want to put it outside the camera. Is that okay right there? Now the last thing is this box here, and I think you'll all agree how exciting this is going to be. And that's the end of it. That's the end of it. Of the gift basket. So we've got the calendar for 2022. We've got 2 publications or magazines. We've got the Yeti. We've got the hat, and this one. This one, you're gonna die. You're gonna die when you see this. This is a box that will not be thrown out. This is one of those boxes that you keep. My grandmother was always keeping bags and you name it, she would keep it. She used to even wash ice over in the sink and put it back in the refrigerator. This is a box that I will not throw out. The box alone. Feel that box. It's a good. It feels really nice, huh?
Pretty heavy, man.
And
Put them inside, Brian.
well, I'm gonna get to that. I'm just talking about the box right now. So there it is. There's the lid. You can always tell a good box. Look at this. This is not a cheap box by any fashion. See, look at the way it's put together. This is not a box to be discarded with the trash. Some foam. Right away when you see this, you know you're going to have something special. When you see this, you know this is something's going to be real special in here. Wow. A top piece or a dust cover. On top. And here it is. A Porsche. With a felt bottom. Evidently this could be a paperweight for somebody's desk. A Porsche enthusiast, no doubt. Feel how heavy it is.
It's pretty heavy, man. Beautiful. Very, very, very
Isn't that nice?
Very intricate built.
Look at that. Can you believe it? Let me go up here and see if I can let them see it closer. I think it could be a paperweight. I think it could be a paperweight. Holy cow. Is this beautiful? And there's the felt bottom. And it's heavy. It's heavy. This is something that's not light. And it is a Porsche. Isn't that beautiful? I hope you can see these images. And look at the box. Look at the box. That's how it fit in the box. Look at that. So there it is. I hope you can see it. It's pretty iconic, pretty electrifying to receive this. This is something you can always have. You can put it on a condenser, on a desk, on a hutch, on a knick-knack, give the dog a bone, a knick-knack shelf. You can re-gift it. But I was impressed. I'm impressed with the dealership. I'm impressed with being invited there. I'm impressed with the gift bag. I was impressed with the motor vehicles, the construction, the ladder compartment, seeing those ladders in the basement, it was unbelievable. And not to mention some of the beautiful, beautiful human beings that toured the vehicles and the facility. So that's the gift bag. I hope you enjoyed it. I brought this back with me on my carry-on on the Spirit Airlines. Beautiful flight, by the way. Seat 1F, and everybody behaved themselves. So let's recap. 1946, if you get a chance, go stream that movie, The Killers. It's a black and white motion picture. It's a motion picture type. That is a classic in that time period, starring Ava Gardner and Burt Lancaster. Burt Lancaster was something else. These back in the day movie stars was just something else. And it was in black and white. 1946, The Killers, if you get the time. 1963, we had I Have a Dream speech. Over 200,000 people gathered in Washington, D.C. to protest their grievances about rights for everyone, and African Americans. And in 1968, on this day, we had the bloody Democratic National Convention in Chicago. That was very, very dicey. And I think that's it. And the first color television program was in 1951, for those who are interested in Googling that and finding out the history of color motion pictures. So enjoy your day. Today is Saturday. Thank you, Domingo, for being.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being here, and thanks for everybody to tuning in. And I hope you all have a wonderful, 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 wonderful weekend. I'm gonna come around and I'm gonna shut this camera off. I have another package too. I forgot to mention, I have another package, but I'm not going to open this package in the house for safety reasons. Maybe tomorrow or the next day I will find an open field, and I will, although I have a feeling I know who this package is from, I will not take any chances. Safety first. Just remember, everything can be duplicated. Everything can be, there's people that duplicate they tell the people they have a service dog on the beach, but they just went online and printed it up, and it says service dog on the beach is okay. So everything can be counterfeited, everything can be faked. You just can't take the time.